If you've ever heard the phrase, "That's not a squirrel," how is that a squirrel? How can you possibly expect us to think that's a squirrel from what you've drawn there? You're useless at drawing, and you're not getting any Christmas presents from me this year. You've probably played Pictionary, or had the same art teacher as me.
Okay, class, let's discuss our favourite works of art. Mine is Michelangelo's David, although there are some living statues that rival his physique. Alex, what's yours? What's your favourite?
There's this one Banksy which got painted over before it got photographed and no one else has ever seen it. That's my favourite.
Wonderful answer. And Marcus, dare I ask?
Dying Crow in Gutter.
And who is that by?
The Cruel Injustice of Existence.
Well, there's no wrong answer when it comes to art. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Girl.
My favourite's the Venus de Milo.
No, absolutely not. The female form has about as much place in art as you do in this class.
Welcome to Actualol, I'm John Perkis. Whether you love Pictionary or hate it, drawing games have come a long way since the 80s. In this video, I'll talk about 5 games that I think improve upon this family classic. I'm giving away one of the games, Loony Quest, to one lucky winner. Keep watching the video to find out how you can win. Pictionary is like being single at art school. If you can't draw, you won't score.
I painted your portrait.
Oh, it's
It's stupid. I wish I was dead.
Telestrations works best when players are artistically challenged. Each player has a whiteboard flipbook and are given a word to draw.
Very well. I must draw a banjo.
Once they've drawn it, they pass it to the player on their left who has to guess what the drawing is and write their answer on the next page.
Alex, I would like to give this to you. Will you accept me? It.
What is that?
The book gets passed again and the next player has to draw the word they received. This is Chinese Whispers, the drawing game. Every word goes on an hilarious journey of misunderstandings. The worse the drawings, the funnier the game.
Mr. D, why do all your drawings look the same?
It's a hot dog, dear.
But why isn't it in the bun?
Patience, dear boy. The bun is primed, but the card said hot dog, so I drew it prior to insertion and the inevitable squirting of sauces.
Oh.
The joy of this game is in the final reveal as you go through everyone's whiteboards and see the chaos unfold.
I put the word beach hut, and then Amelia drew this, which is absolutely sick, Amelia. Then Mr. D...
Call me Terence, dear.
Then Terence called it an embarrassment.
Not so much a guess as a review.
So then for an embarrassment, Marcus drew this. It's a self-portrait.
I prefer this to Pictionary because there's no waiting for the other group to have their go. It's never boring.
Gentlemen, I'm attending a prestigious private gallery event this weekend, and I have an opening for one of you. Yes, you are theoretically eligible if I want to keep my job. I'm hosting a competition. The pupil who gets the highest score in the next 4 games will be my +1. For this and other circumstances.
You might be great at Pictionary, but if you're always stuck with teammates who can't draw or guess properly, you'll never win.
Darkness?
Nighttime?
shadows.
No, it was a fluffy bunny.
In Pictomania, it's every artist for themselves. Everyone is secretly given a word from 6 lists. You all draw your pictures at once, whilst trying to guess everyone else's drawings at the same time. If that sounds like chaos, it's because it is. But rather than the rabid, incessant shouting of Pictionary...
Whale. Dolphin. Whale.
No.
Dolphin. Whale.
No.
Killer whale.
It's not a bloody whale.
Players are selecting which numbered word they think an opponent is drawing. It's largely silent chaos. At the end of the round, each player reveals the guesses others made for their drawing, giving points to the correct guessers. The earlier you guess, the more points you get.
As is clearly apparent, I drew the word baseball. Top marks, Marcus, you got it correct. Oh dear, Alex, you were wrong. See me after class. And girl, you continue to be an abject failure.
Why is there something coming out of the baseball bat?
It's called expressionism. I shan't waste my time trying to explain it to you.
You have to go fast, but if you rush and make mistakes, the game will punish you. You get minus points for every player who didn't guess your drawing correctly.
No one guessed mine. I get -5 points.
Don't worry, Amelia. Van Gogh wasn't appreciated in his lifetime. He was the original hipster.
The only lifetime her art would be appreciated in is Stevie Wonder's.
And you can lose points if you're the player with the most incorrect guesses. Guessing is tricky. The cards make things purposely blurred. Is your opponent drawing the word acquaintance, colleague, or classmate? Pictomania is hilarious, chaotic fun. Mistakes will be made constantly, and the rush to get your drawing complete leaves no time for artistic merit.
There's no time for artistic merit in this game, and yet your drawings still stand out as being utterly derivative.
You score points for drawing, guessing, and speed. It's a very clever balance, but it does make the game fiddly, to the point that I'd avoid playing it with family or young kids.
Okay, Marcus, only one player guessed yours correctly, so that's -4 points. You only guessed one other player's correctly, so that's 1 point. And you took a speed bonus tile, which now counts as minus points, because you had the least correct guesses. What's your score?
The same as what I've got waiting for me when I die. Nothing.
Drawing and guessing is fun on its own, but why not take it up a notch with some bluffing? Introducing A Fake Artist Goes to New York. Each player is secretly told the same word to draw, except for one player who is the fake artist. All they know is the category it's in.
The category is fruit.
Players take turns drawing a picture together on the same piece of paper, each in a different colour so everyone knows who drew what. The normal players are trying to show to everyone else that they're not the fake artist, but without being too obvious. It's a wonderful challenge. If your mark is too vague, then people will think you're the fake artist, and you'll lose. If it's too obvious, the fake artist will know the word, and you'll lose.
What on earth is that? Even your lines lack confidence.
The fake artist is trying to remain hidden, making marks that won't blow their cover, without having a clue what they're supposed to be drawing. At the end, there's a vote, and every player points to the person they believe is the fake artist. If the fake artist doesn't receive the most votes, they win the game.
This is also a vote on who will fail this class.
I wasn't the fake artist.
It was Marcus. You win. Aren't you happy?
The endless war that rages in my head has a temporary ceasefire.
If the fake artist is caught, they have one chance to guess the secret word to win.
It was a banana.
This game is a masterpiece in simplicity. Everyone's engaged at all times, watching each pen stroke with suspicion. The final drawings are mini works of cubist art that bear little resemblance to the secret word.
I would say this resembles your coursework from last year, girl. But that would imply you have some original thought.
And the ridiculousness of it all will have everyone laughing over that one line no one understood, or the trap the fake artist fell into, made by the artist before him. The game takes less than 10 minutes, but you'll want to play many times in a row. And it's a bluffing game that's great for people who hate bluffing games, since all the bluffing happens on the paper. Annoyingly, the game doesn't give you words to use, and it can be hard coming up with ones that make for a good game.
I don't know. Was it Winston Churchill?
No, it was Terence.
The category was great men.
You get an A for flattery, Alex. And for the latest coursework.
Despite that, I still love it, and it's so small and accessible that I take it to any situation that might be open to a game.
Alex, I'm glad I've got you alone, although this classroom wouldn't be the location of my choice. There's only 2 games left, and that girl is winning the competition for the gallery exhibition. I want you to be the one that comes with me.
Amelia deserves it. She's the most talented in the class.
Don't throw away your career over a girl that you're only pretending to fancy because you're scared of facing up to the man that you truly love.
What?
All the movers and shakers in the art world will be there.
Go on.
Industry types who are crying out to meet a man who produces vegan art that is destroyed once 5 people have looked at it.
At this point, you'd be forgiven for thinking that all drawing games have to include guessing. What if you love drawing, but hate guessing? Well, then you need to try Duplik. You have 90 seconds to describe an image to all the other players as they try to frantically draw it, going into as much detail as possible.
The teddy bears look sad. Their eyes speak of the guilt of years of genocide they never spoke out against. Their fur is unkempt from the ritualistic self-harm where they tried and failed to trade the blood of those that died with theirs. They also have a nice bobble hat.
When the time's up, the drawings are marked against the secret criteria.
You get a point if the teddy bear has 3 buttons. One of the teddy bears is wearing a spotted bow tie.
I haven't got any of this. You spent too long describing their feelings.
So have they, in the years of government-funded therapy that was brought in to silence them.
No one knows the criteria until afterwards, so it's about getting in as much detail as possible in the hope you'll score points. Sure, you may have drawn the juggler on top of the cow with carrots on the floor, but how many balls is he juggling? And are the tips of the carrots closer to the bottom of the image than the cow's hooves?
I don't think we can give you that one.
What? What are you talking about? The carrots are clearly lower than the hooves.
And how are we supposed to know that they're carrots? Looks more like a tooth to me.
Alex, surely you agree?
Yeah, I agree with Terence. No points.
It's great seeing how everyone's drawings of the same image turn out and how they compare to the original artwork. Artistic skill isn't required, often it's the ugliest drawing that scored the most points, simply because it had the right details. Duplik is an absolute blast to play. We kept wanting to go again to improve our describing and drawing speed. Its focus on communication and detail is a refreshing change. If you love to draw but hate the competition of Pictionary, this is the game for you. Maybe you don't like Pictionary because you don't like drawing. Maybe you never had any talent for art. Maybe you were forced to sketch your own shoe at school, and your teacher was so blunt about your inability that you broke down in tears. If that's the case, try putting pen to perspex in Loony Quest. Loony Quest is set up like a video game. You move through levels, pick up items and attack enemies by drawing lines and dots on a plastic sheet. For example, in this level you have to draw one complete line from one corner of the level to the opposite, trying to go through as many points as possible on the way. But you draw that line on your blank plastic sheet. You have to visualize the level. It's a game of spatial awareness.
Don't get used to lines, Alex. You won't be waiting in any when we're on the guest list at the gallery exhibition.
What? Why is he going? I'm winning.
You have 30 seconds to do it. When the timer's up, you check how well you did by putting your sheet on top of the level. You get points for hitting certain icons, but lose points if your line hits any of the scenery of the level. This game grabs you. You just want to keep getting better at it. It's exciting when you get the reveal of whether you triumphed or failed miserably.
Wow, Marcus, you got full points.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
If you hit one of these icons, you'll receive a bonus. You can throw the banana skin on another player's board so they have to draw around it. Or force them to balance the mosquito on top of their pen for an entire level.
Alex is ahead by 5 points. And look, she's choked at the last minute and got no points.
No, I haven't. It's not even close.
Yes, it is.
Leave her alone. You're supposed to be her teacher, but you're just a bully. And you, all you listen to is unsigned artists and drink craft beer, but your first opportunity to sell out and you take it.
How very touching. You know what else is touching? Her line in that block.
It isn't necessarily a game you'd want to play every week, but it's super simple, quick to play, and I can imagine kids loving it.
Marcus, thanks for standing up for me.
Would you, go out with me sometime?
No, sorry, I've got a boyfriend.
Oh.
If you want the chance to win a copy of Loony Quest, then subscribe to my channel, like this video, and post a comment below. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel to see more of the same. Check out my 6 alternatives to Cards Against Humanity, 12 alternatives to Jenga, my zombie game mega review, or my top 10 couples games. I'm Actualol on Facebook and Twitter. I'm John Perkis. Thanks for watching.